Greetings everybody, welcome to our Calizari system survival. We're up to episode 33, just excuse me a second, just readjusting my headset here. Episode 33. Now, if you recall, last episode, we finally managed to finish the construction or the reconstruction of part of Gecko here. So Gecko is now once again complete. Next order of business is going to be restocking our oxygen generators so that we can, there we go, finish charging up this new hydrogen tank here. Although it seems to be quite a ways along, we're 51%, but if we check our inventory, we'll notice that both our oxygen generators are kaput, no ice. Now we do have ice just over here, actually it's probably over there now, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there it is. Turned the ship around, didn't I? So we do have ice here, so I could certainly sit here and run back and forward several times. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be easiest for us to do what we did last time and actually take this back down to the planet. So I think we've got enough hydrogen to certainly be able to do that. Take it back down to the planet and go back over to our ice mining platform and just suck up all the ice that's there. And I think there's probably a good 2 or 3 million kilograms of ice sitting there waiting for us. So I was hesitant to take the ship back down to the planet before because it only had the 3 thrusters, the 2 thrusters, get it right in a second, the 3 large thrusters, not the 4. But I'm very confident now, and we're back to 82% hydrogen, so I don't think we're going to have a problem when it comes to taking it back down onto the planet down here. Now, if I remember correctly, we do have our base. Yes, we do have our base here marked. Oh, all of a sudden. Wow, that was a bit weird. That seemed strange. All of a sudden the music just cut off. It's changed, so that's good. But yes, we have our base marked up here, so we can certainly find our way back. So let's just, without further ado, aim for, our colonial planet base. And let's just head that way. We don't have very far to go before we actually hit atmosphere, which is good. So, yeah, 110. We don't need to go above that. We'll actually be braking pretty soon. And we'll keep progressing the nose first until our braking is actually inefficient. And then, oh, look at that, we're speeding up already. And once we can no longer brake with the 4 small thrusters we have on front, if we're above 8 kilometers, then we'll have to flip the ship around. That's not a big drama. With the dampeners off, it's just a matter of flipping around like that, so. Now, I actually had better check. Let's just brake for a bit. Alright, let's just check our atmospheric thrusters. Yeah, that's what I thought, see? Not part of our group. And that one, and that one. And no, that's hydrogen. I don't want hydrogen thrusters. Get out, get out. Atmospherics, 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards, yes. Left, yes. Okay. don't have our hydrogen thrusters set up either properly. Yes. Okay. I think that should have it set up right now, but that took longer than I anticipated, so we'll just do some braking. I kind of like the fact that we were still descending even though we're in the menu. I know a lot of people think the game should pause in a situation like that, but no. No, I don't. I think it's quite appropriate. I mean, the ship doesn't stop free falling just because you are looking at a different screen. However, it would be nice to be able to see the continued descent other than just purely visual. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, look at that, we're over halfway down. The thrusters are still being effective now. Two backwards, two... Oh, yeah, okay, that was all the thrusters. I mean, I guess I could actually just aim directly for our ice platform, but no, we'll go down to our base and then fly from there. I need to probably pick up or manufacture a few more components because we're going to have to do the same as what we did last time and generate a conveyor tube with a connector on the end of it so that we can connect it up. I think we'll make it a little bit longer this time so I don't have to get so close to the structure. Okay, down to 12.5 kilometers, and these 4 little hydrogen thrusters are still quite sufficient to brake. That's doing pretty good actually. We're down to what, 0.6 G. Oh, they're getting a bit slower now, look at this. Okay, slowing down quite a lot now. However, we can now turn those on. Because once we've dropped probably another kilometre, I'll flip the ship over. There we go, and there we go. So now it's time to go like this. And we have got good braking. Excellent. So we can just turn them off now. Okay, impressed. Impressed. Those thrusters worked really quite well. Five kilometers and descending. But it might be worth my while actually, now that we've come back down to the base here, putting a couple of Gatlings on the ship, just to help defend it against those meteors, so we don't get a repeat occurrence. I mean, I don't really want to have to hide the thing inside an asteroid each time I go up there. At least if I can get away with not doing that, I'd be preferred. Come on, game, hurry it up. 1 kilometre and descending. Oh, big shadow of something we just went into. Oh, look at that. Now that's impressive. I don't recall getting a notification of that, but that's fine. I mean, there's plenty of room to stick the Gatlings on here. I could stick them on the outside of the forward-facing hydrogen thrusters. They're all on the conveyor network, so that certainly will work there. And that gives it at least one Gatling protection on each side. And like I said, it saves me having to hide the thing inside an asteroid, just so that it doesn't get hit with a meteor again. But I'll give that some thought. We can, I mean, we've got resources on board now, so I can certainly manufacture them if I need to. And there's tons of magnesium up there, so I can certainly make the ammunition as well. So there's not a big drama with that. More magnesium up there than there is down here. Come on. It's got fantastic lifting power, it's got fantastic forward thrusting power. Slow to manoeuvre. Oh, and look, our Gatlings actually hit our solar array again. So just as well we came back, we've got some base maintenance to take care of. Fix that bleeding solar array yet again. There we go. Oh, okay, it was turned. Oh, look at that, I thought it was actually turned on, but it was my own personal one. Alright, well, open. Okay, so let us grab 100 of them, 100 of them, of them, and what was the third element I needed? Oh, motors, what am I talking about? 100 of them. Now, also, no, not that. That. Steel plate and computers. Now I've got tons of steel plate, but I'll grab them anyway. Ah, and that's the other thing I will grab as well. oxygen tank. Oh, excuse me, another darn oxygen tank. Since we lost our spare. Okay. Give me one of them. Give me another one of them. 3 of those, 2 of those. No, let's give 3 of those. And 3 of those. Okay, that works for me. But now... Okay, so we've already got one of them, so we'll keep 2. We'll keep 2 of those there and keep 2 of those there. Here we go. Yep. Alrighty, let's go and see what damage they've done to our solar array here. Hopefully it's just that one panel. Solar cells and construction components. Alright, solar cells, which is more than what we need. We need, let's say 60 odd, I think we need about that. What else is sparking here? Anything? No, okay, looks like that's... Yeah, it looks like that's everything there. Yeah, these are useless. Don't even know why I've got them on there. Oh, of course there is. I would be surprised if there wasn't. Excellent. Now, that's something I've been contemplating. Taking our vent off here and putting a small cargo container there and sticking a vent on one of its faces. So I can actually access our oxygen generators and stuff like that out there from in here. Because as it stands, there's no way for me to access any of that from within the cockpit here. The only port that gives me that is one of these here. That's just based on the near fatal experience I just had when I got down to 10% oxygen left with no spares in any bottles. Yeah, hang on, that wouldn't have helped because there was no ice in the oxygen generators anyway. I had to take the risk and go and mine some. Okay, no, won't worry about it. But let's go over to our ice mine and recharge our generators and our surplus. And for this I'm actually going to do, let's just do that. the speed, we can turn them off. Turn them back on to do the braking at the other end. Yeah, basically once we've actually picked up all this ice, I think I'll head straight back up into orbit. Once we have a base platform up there constructed, I'll be able to then see about building a small dedicated mining ship for up there. But at the moment, having to mine it by hand at the moment up there is a bit of a pain in the backside, considering I had so much of it available down here. Come on, don't overshoot too much. Not too much. I'm not even sure how much ice I've got here. I haven't checked it for a little bit. But I think if I recall, I actually shut down this platform because it had reached its full extension and didn't need anything more from it at this point. Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, looks like it's shut down, that's good. Now, yeah, this side. Not going anywhere, not going anywhere. Alright, give me that, and that. So I want a little bit of a buffer space. I just cut it a little bit too fine last time I did this, and nearly ended up taking out half the platform with my ship because it was not nose to platform, literally. That's what I thought. We need some more. Oh boy. Yes, of course. Tons of that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Better grab some more of them. No, can't. I can do that. Excellent. Now, yes. That's right, I need some steel plate, don't I? I mean, we'll reclaim all of this stuff when we're done. Okay. Be that one. That was a loud resounding snap. Don't like sounds like that. Thought something broke for a second there. Okay, now we need ice on this side. Oh crap. Refinery. Where is it? Stop. Thank you. Yeah, we'll stick with that, but large. Yes, we've got that one. That one. And that one. Okay, now generators. Don't have 2 million, but we'll go with that. Took a fair bit, but it's alright. Refinery. Okay, no, that's alright. I can live with that. Alright, now that we've done that, we can dismantle it all. It was only the ice I was after. The iron ore is just a bonus, I guess. If that's a meteor impact, that was darn close. Excellent. Now we will actually let it fully recharge our hydrogen before we head back to space. But for now, that is the way we need to go. And we'll just get rid of that. And do that. And truthfully, it shouldn't take very long for our hydrogen to build back up. Oh, actually, truthfully, we can head back to orbit now. It only uses about 10% or so of our hydrogen. 10 to 12, which wouldn't seriously deplete it at all. I'm still umming and ahhing and contemplating and thinking about whether I'm going to put a couple of Gatling turrets on this ship here. Slow down. Keep forgetting how effective the hydrogen thrusters are, really. Alright. I will admit I am anxious to get back up to our orbital base and continue building that up. We do need to do something about those meteors. I think, as I said last episode, it is actually the very first time that I've actually experienced a space-based meteor storm actually hitting one of my ships. Normally they just come close or fly by, and I mean that's all I can assume it actually happened. I didn't see it happen, so I can't say with 100% certainty that's what it was. But I can't think of anything else that would cause my large cargo container and large atmospheric thruster to vaporise. I mean, I've had things clang before and vaporise, but not when it's just sitting idle in space. There usually is something that causes it, whether it be a rotor or a piston that decides to foobar itself or something, I don't know. But it was definitely, I mean, we had those two items there still floating free. We had those two items floating free. We had this whole arrangement up on the top here floating free. So it literally was just a large thruster and the cargo container that just went. So, unless they got hit from... get down here. Unless they got hit from the bottom here, which would make sense, because that would then leave those other items floating free. Which is what I actually do suspect is what has happened. But for now, I have to decide if we're going to put in some measures to actually compensate or offset that. Now, we could put Gatling on the side here. Okay, that hydrogen tank now is reading a lot less than what it was. Oh, it's rebalanced them, has it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I could put a Gatling on here, I could put Gatling on the opposite side. If I actually really was paranoid, I could actually add a Gatling under here on either side. Now we have seen some pirates floating around out there, but to date they haven't come close enough to be a concern. And by adding the Gatlings there, then we're actually inviting trouble, because we only need to get within, well, by default 600 metres. After I normally push them out to 800 metres, but it only needs to come within that range. The Gatlings can open fire, so that's going to provoke issues if they get to within a kilometre. But then again, they start opening fire normally within a kilometre anyway. But if I put them on the thrusters up there, I'll set them to only target meteors, because they're only just a meteor defence system. And I'll try and avoid the pirates as best I can, I guess. And the other thing I've been thinking about is whether I'm going to upgrade my refinery. Now, can't upgrade on that slot there, but I can on that slot, and that slot. So it gives me 3 upgrade slots available on my refinery, and I was thinking of putting 3 speed mods on it. Just to speed things up actually. I don't think I can. Yeah, see, I can't. Yeah, I think they're in the road, aren't they? So I can't upgrade the assembler. 3 speed upgrades on the refinery would certainly help, especially when it comes to dealing with nickel and cobalt and platinum and uranium, when we do get to those. But hopefully by then our base up here will actually have its own refineries and assemblers, which will probably, I mean, I will set them up and fully upgrade them like I have with this one here, make them more efficient and stuff like that. Okay, let's just check it. What's our ice doing? Okay, try that again. Okay, 1.9 is not too bad. Getting there. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to have to set up some form of refinery management, and I don't mean Tim. Because Tim has a habit, especially if I set up the assembler on auto as well, it just tries to build arbitrary crap, stuff I don't need at the moment. Whereas all I really need to do is just manage where the goods are. I don't know, I'll give that one some further thought. It's not as high priority. .76%. Okay, well I'm actually going to wait until our hydrogen's back to 100% before I take us back into orbit there. In the meantime, let me just check on this quickly. It's at full extension. Which means I probably should upgrade it. It also means I've got a truckload of silicon and a truckload of magnesium. Oh yes, look at that. Well, in that case, off, and off for the moment. I'll upgrade them soon. Doesn't need to be right this moment. We need a better way of accessing this hydrogen. I've got these hydrogen tanks sitting here. Some are set to stockpile, some are not. Well, actually, one is set to stockpile. And I'm not using them. They're just sitting here full of hydrogen. But I think it's because at the moment it's very difficult to transfer to this because of the ship configuration and arrangement. Don't feel like adding another extended conveyor to it. So, with that said, I'm going to just stop this stream at this point before I get settled in to do anything else. I'm just about out of time anyway. And we'll pick this up, not be today, Wednesday. So yes, we'll pick this up tomorrow. So, before I forget, let's just save it up. So yeah, we've now fully restocked with ice. We're charging up our new hydrogen tank again. Next episode we will be going back up into orbit and continuing on our base up there, our EO base up there, and that will then prepare us ready to launch off to the moon, if nothing else. I think that will definitely be our first target. That's just because it's the nearest point, but yeah, that is going to be our first target. But for now, happy engineering, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you found my monologue entertaining, if nothing else, and I look forward to streaming again tomorrow, and hopefully I'll see you then. So, bye for now.